Welcome to QA Automation Hub. In this video, we'll see what is a map interface and what are the classes that implements the map interface and where do we use this kind of classes in our programming. So far, we have seen the list and set interface and the classes associated with it, and we have seen the differences between the list and set and when to use based on our requirement. Okay, and this map interface is also widely used in programming, and this comes with the key value pair. Okay, so what is key value pair? Firstly, for list and set, if you want to store a group of values, say for example, you want to store all the states in India. Okay, so then definitely we will be going for an list or set interface, right? So we will go and add every values using these string as generics. And we will add all these values to the index, right? So we can choose anything, list or set based on our requirement. So that's what we have seen till now. And if you want to store the states of each country, okay, if I want to store the states of country India, if I want to store the province of US, province of Canada, then that has a key value combination, right? So key will be the country. Okay, so for key will be India, key will be US, Canada. Okay, but the values are the states that are associated with that country, right? So this is called as a key value pair combination, and this kind of requirement you will get mostly. Okay, so for example, even in an automation framework, when you are implementing the Apache POI library, right? There also for each test case you have to get some values, right? The data that you will store it in a hash map concept only. Okay, it will be like a key value pair. Say for example, at that time key will be the test case ID. Okay, and value will be the test data associated for that test data associated for that test case. Okay, so based on this key you will get all the test data. So if you want to take the test data for the test case 5, okay, so just you have to get the values for that key, and your values will be retrieved using the hash map concept. Okay, and similarly, yeah, so this is one more example I told, right? So here we are only getting stored the states of India. Okay, so we don't have any key value combination here. But when you come here, you have some key value combination where the countries are the key. Okay, so India, US, and Canada, and the appropriate states that are associated with that country will be saved inside the value. Okay, so when you want to get this. Or fetch this states for the appropriate key, then you can do it using the hash map or hash table, and what are the classes that are associated with the map interface. Okay, and what are the classes that are available inside the map interface? So firstly we have the hash map, and then we have hash table, and we have linked hash map, and finally we have tree map. Okay, so these are some classes that are available inside this map interface, and that we have already seen here. I think the linked hash map is missing. That is nothing but it is also implementing the map interface. Okay, and it extends the hash map class. Okay, so that is the child class for hash map. And here you can see the sorted map. It extends the map interface, and tree map is implementing the sorted map. And we will see the difference between this all classes. So here you can see somewhat it is linked with the set interface, right? So you can easily find out what is hash map, hash table, tree map now. So nothing like tree map will give you a sorted order. Hash map is not synchronized. Hash table is synchronized, and linked hash map, it uses the linked list concept. Okay, so that we will see it clearly now, and let us start creating some hash map now. Okay, let me create a method, a static method here called map example. And first we will see what is an hash map. Okay, how to initialize an hash map? Just you need to create an object for that class. Okay, so for example, give the class name here, and we'll create an object for this hash map class. Okay, all right. So you can see there are some warnings, and if you read this one, you can see the generics that you need to pass for the hash map. Okay, so here we need to pass as key and value. So what is the data type for the key, and what is the data type for the value? That both should be passed here. Okay, so if you go to this class, right, you can see it implements the map interface, and here the generics they are passing for both key and value. Okay, so this is the hash map class that we have in the collection API framework. Okay, so if you leave, if you don't didn't pass this one, what will happen? When you are trying to add any values, right, for this object, you can see it will not have any kind of type safety, right? See here for put method, you can add it as an object. Okay, you can add either string and integer or boolean, anything you can add. It will not throw any kind of error. But that is not type safety, as we have seen in our previous tutorials when talking about the collections, right? So let us pass some generics here for this key and value for both. Okay, so I'm going to set string for data type for the key, and for the value I'm going to set it as integer. Okay, so now this side, as I said, we don't want to provide it. And for adding the values, just access the hashmap class methods. So you have multiple methods here, you can see, and we'll see one by one. First we will add some values to it. Okay, so for adding you have to use the put method. Okay, and now you can see it is showing us key as string and value as integer, right? So let us add some mobile details. So mobile prices. Okay, so Samsung Galaxy M21, so it cost around 15,000 or something. And I will add for other mobiles some four values we will add inside this hash map. Okay, okay, now I have added some four values to this hash map with the key value pair. Okay, so our key is going to be the mobile name and value is going to be the price of that mobile. Okay, so we have some four mobiles here with the prices here. So this will now get added to this hash map. Okay, and for traversing through this hash map, we can use the for loop. So how you need to use the for loop here? You have an entry interface where you can create an object. Okay, and yeah, this is interface that you need to import it, right? So let us. I think it has been imported. So it comes from the Java util map. Okay, and this has some methods like get key and get value where you can specifically get the values and key from the hash map. Okay, and now using this map, you have to call the entry set method that is available inside hash map hash table everywhere. Okay, and now, yeah, so this is throwing an warning. You need to pass the generics here as well, so it is string and integer. Okay, and let us print this value now. So let us first get the mobile name, which is nothing but the key, right? So eobj dot get key. Okay, and the second one is the mobile price, right? So for that, you have to use the um, get value method. Okay, for getting the values for the specific key. So it's going to give the get value method here. So this both comes from the entry interface that you can see here, right? So if I tap on here, you can see it comes from the entry interface and choose that one, and this allows you to get the key and value for specifically from the hash maps. Okay, and yeah, now you need to call this method here from the main method, and if I run this program, you can see the output. It gives one by one. Okay, so 1 plus 5, that is the value. You can see 15,500 it is giving properly, right? And M21, you can see it is 15,000. And note Redmi Note 9, 13,910, and it gives all the values one by one properly. Using this entry interface, we can able to get the key and value for each index that are available inside this hash map. Okay, so but here also you can see it will not store in an proper order. So we have inserted in this order, right? But you can see it is giving in a different order. Okay, so that is why it will not be in an index format. Okay, so if I run this program, you can see each time it gives an different order. Okay, so this does not maintain the order hash map. Even for the hash table, it is not going to maintain the order. Okay, only if you use the linked hash map. So similar to set interface, there also we saw, right? If you use linked hash set, it will give the values in the order that we have inserted. So similarly here also, if you give the create the object for the linked hash map class. Okay, so let me create an object now for the linked hash map class. Okay, so let us import it. And now if I run this one, so we have inserted like Samsung, iPhone, OnePlus and Redmi, right? So if I run this one, you can see it will come in the same order. Okay, so that is the difference between the hash map and the linked hash map. Okay, and there are some performance and memory consumptions differences that we will see it later. Okay, but this hash map, linked hash map, this is the main difference. Okay, so linked hash map gives the sorry, it gives the values in the order that we have inserted, but hash map it does not follow that one. Okay, so yeah, now let us change this to hash map itself, and here also you can create the reference like map. Okay, so you have to import so you can create the reference for the interface. So map is the interface, right? All classes are implementing this interface only, so you can directly create the reference for it. But in some places maybe the methods that are required for this hash map will not be available. At that time I have to create the reference for the class. Okay, so this we have already seen, and this is one way of iterating through the value, and the other one let us see for using the iterator interface. Okay, so for the iterator, just create an object for this iterator interface, and use this hashmap object, and you have the entry set method in map, right? And from here you need to call the iterator method. Okay, and yeah, you have to import the iterator interface now. Okay, and this will show a warning, so you have to create the reference, and you can directly pass the entry here. Okay, so entry, similarly what we have done here, right? So you can use that interface here as well inside the iterator. So now I think the error has been removed. Okay, yeah, using the while condition, we are going to check whether this iterator contains an element values or not. Okay, so using the hash next method, so this will give the boolean condition whether it is available or not. And here you have the entry, and just pass this generics here. Okay, oh sorry, just pass the generics that we have passed during the initialization. And I'm going to create an object similarly eobj, and here using this iterator object that we have created, we are going to traverse one by one using the next method. Okay, so we have a method called next, right? So that we have seen in our list interface as well. So using this you can do the you can traverse one by one whatever the values that are stored inside this fetch map. Okay, and let us print the same thing here. We'll try to get this get key and get value from here as well. So if I run this program, so let me put a line here so that we'll see a difference. So if I run this one, you can see we will be able to traverse using the for loop and also using the iterator interface that we have created now. And you can see the output will come similarly. Okay, so these are some ways that we can traverse through the elements that are available inside the hash map, and this is some kind of simple combination key value pair, right? Say for example the key will be in a string type and value will be in the integer type. Okay, so both are going to have hold only single value. Okay, but in case as I said here, here the key will be in one value, right? It can be a string, but the value you can see it will be a list. Okay, so at that time you have to pass a list inside this one. Okay, you can pass a list or another hash map inside this one. So how complex you can create, but you should know how to traverse through that complex hash map. Okay, so this is a simple one which we traverse using the entry interface, and we are getting the key and value, right? So in case if you are going for a list, then you have to put multiple for loops, and you have to get this yeah, value one by one. Okay, so one by one you can get the value. So that also we will see it how to do that one. And now let us try to change this to an hash table. Okay, So similarly, you just need to import it, but you will not see any kind of difference in the hash table. As I said, the difference between the hash map and the hash table is you can see it also implements the map interface. Okay, so if you go here, you can see it implements the map interface. The only thing is it is synchronized. Okay, hash table is synchronized, and this is thread safe. Hash map is not a thread safe. Map okay, so map class, so that we'll see what is so we have already seen in list what is synchronized or non-synchronized, the similar concept here, but we'll see it in separate um, example. Okay, so if I run this one, here also you can see it is going to display the same thing, and it is not going to follow the order. Okay, so that is one issue, and it is synchronized. Okay, as it is synchronized, it is much slower when compared to the hash map. Okay, so that difference we will see it later. And you can also create now for the linked hash map. So linked hash map. Okay, so if I run this one, it will come in a proper inserted order. So that is the only difference where you have to use the linked hash map. Okay, so the main difference is it comes in the proper order. Okay, so it stores how we insert in that format itself. It will get retrieved and it will be stored. Okay, so that is one difference with the linked hash map, and it use the linked hash set concept. Sorry, linked list concept with the hash map. Okay, and the last one we have is the tree map, right? So let me import it, and so let me execute using the tree map class now. And here you can see it will come in the sorted order. Okay, so based on the key, it will sort it. Okay, if it is an integer, then it's going to sort it from an ascending to descending. Since it is a string, right? It sorts from using the alphabetical order. Okay, so I comes first, O, and then R, then it comes with the Samsung Galaxy last. Okay, so this is how tree maps follows. So if you want it in a sorted order, then you have to go for the sorted map, and also it implements only the sorted map, right? And that extends the map. So similar way, here you can see the tree map. It will be implementing the, and yeah, here you can see it implements the navigable map, and that implements the sorted map. Okay, and this sorted map will implement the map. Okay, that extends the map. So that's what the tree map, and this is you have to use only if you want to get the key value in a sorted format. Okay, so at that time you can go for a tree map. So that's it with the classes that are available in this one. So we will see the difference between this. So the main difference that we have seen now, so we will see the other differences as well. Okay,